Okay, fellas, I know I've been gone for a couple days, but I've been busy on my book. It's going to be coming out sometime in January. It'll be on Amazon.com. It's called Preacher. You'll see about some of these. You'll see some of these stories I've told you on these videos. You'll read about them in this book in more detail, though, because I like to keep these videos 5 to 7 minutes, something like that. But tonight I'm going to tell you about this guy. He comes in the joint. All right. He's doing life, right? But he's got a non-violent crime. He's just large quantity of drugs, all right? But he's got a life sentence. All right. Well, he spends all his time in the law library. I'm going to call him George Anderson, all right? But that wasn't his name. But you could find him in the law register, because this dude was a whole lot smarter than we thought, all right? And he explained he was always in law library filing to all these courts trying to get his body declared his property. It took him 8 years. And everybody, including myself, is always telling it, what the fuck difference does it make? Of course it's your fucking property. He says, yeah, but see, the way they got it is they got me in here. So I'm their property. I want me to be my property. But he never explained why. Well, this is why. Finally, the United States Supreme Court, now it took them 8 years to get here, but the United States Supreme Court said, okay, your body is your property. Do with it what you will. He said, okay. So he walked up to the mailroom and said, look, my parents are coming to see me this weekend. I have some property I want them to take out with them. I need the paperwork. He said, okay. So they gave him the paperwork, right? And he went home and he filled it out. He went to the visitor with the paperwork and he said, here you go. And they says, where's your property? He goes, you're looking at it. And he pulled out the lawsuit and he says, United States Supreme Court says my body is my property. My parents are going to take me home with them today. And they says, hell no, they are not going to take them home with you today. So anyhow, he didn't go home that day. But within a month, they came and picked him up. And they took him home. Because the United States Supreme Court is a powerful court. The most powerful court in the land. And they said his body is his property. Therefore, his parents were able to pick his body up and take it home with them because it was his property to give him. And it worked. Now, as soon as it did, they got on top of the program and fixed it where it would never work again. Another one that was worked really well. This guy named Quentin, he killed the mayor of San Francisco and his assistant because they were gay. All right. Now I'm going to tell you who his attorney was when I'm done. But what happened was he gets into court and he's done. He's going to get his death penalty. They're going to give this guy the death penalty without a doubt. So what happened was his attorney starts looking at these pictures of his car and he sees all these Twinkie wrappers laying all over the floor of his car. And so he starts doing some research. And he goes to the guy and he says, hey man, how many packs of Twinkies you eat a day? He said, probably 60 or 70 packs a day. He said, that's all I ever eat is Twinkies. I love them. And it was called the Twinkie defense. And this attorney proved that if you got that much sugar in your body, you're operating under diminished capacity. Therefore, you're not responsible for your actions. The guy got 5 years for a double premeditated hate crime homicides. The mayor and his assistant murdered them both. Went there with the intention, stalked them, the whole 9 yards. and killed them both and got a 5-piece. Well, when it came time for him to get out, there was so many fags in the parking lot of San Quentin to kill this guy, all right, that the feds had to take the guy away in the night and put him under the witness protection plan and hide him out. And as far as I know, he's hid out to this very day. And whose attorney was a very young Robert Shapiro. And that, my friend, is what made Robert Shapiro the famous attorney he is today, was the Twinkie defense. It'll never work again. But diminished capacity does help a lot of guys out. A lot of guys get a lot of time cuts behind diminished capacity, and Robert Shapiro opened the door for the diminished capacity defense. If they can prove, for like with sugar or too much drugs, that you're operating under diminished capacity, you can get a lot less time, all right, for any crime, all right? But it has to be something good. Anyhow, folks, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, buy my book when it comes out, and hey, this is Preach signing off for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, fellas. Take it easy.